You know, starting one of these speeches is always the most kind of difficult moment because, you know, you're going to go this direction, that direction. But the main thing I want to say is how honored I am to be, like, here at the beginning of the TUCSON ROCKS program. It's an honor. I mean, I can't go beyond that. The whole idea of this month devoted to rock and roll. Here we are in an art museum. Are my pictures, are these pictures of rock and roll art? Are they captured moments? When does, because I consider myself a photojournalism fundamentally, when does photojournalism move into art? Henri Cartier-Bresson made some pictures that are considered art. Sebastian Salgado makes enormous, wonderful photojournalistic pictures that are art. But I'm having trouble because, you know, what am I doing in an art museum? But I'm on. Put it down. When I usually get 2 or 3 questions after, and I like to deal with them in the beginning. Anytime I give a talk like this, one of them is, how'd you get started in photography? Well, it was a hobby. It started as a hobby, but it started in a very strange way because when I was a kid, I looked out into the world and I saw chaos and heard static, and I couldn't quite get my bearings on what was going on. And I picked up a camera. The first time I picked up a camera and looked through the viewfinder and was able to isolate moments that had some meaning to me, I realized that this way of communicating photographically was going to be really important. So I just took it on as a hobby, and I really loved this hobby. I was self-taught. We shot film, of course, back in the day, and then asked is, how did I get this wonderful gig at Rolling Stone? I mean, I see it as a stroke of faith, of luck, of the gods of photography looking down and anointing me for some unknown reason. Because I was shooting as a photojournalist in San Francisco, you know, for anybody who would hire me. And one of my accounts, one of my clients, was Mills College. It was a women's school in Oakland, and they had a really advanced music department. And in fact, they were the first ones that had electronic music. They had an electronic music lab before anybody did. Anyhow, so they had a pretty good sense musically what was going on in the community. And in the community where we were living, in the Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco at the time, there was music everywhere. There was free music in the park. There were music in the clubs. I mean, music, you couldn't get away from music. And they saw us. The other man who helped Young come up with this idea, named Ralph Gleason, who was a writer for the San Francisco Chronicle, music writer for the San Francisco Chronicle. Anyhow, Jan outlined this idea. He said, afterwards, he said, hey, Barrett, he said, you know, we got this idea for a magazine. He said, all there is for music in the music world right now are the trades. There's Cashbox and Billboard, you know, Rising with a Bullet and all that stuff that we don't care about. We care about the music. We care about the people who are making the music. We care about the people who are listening to the music. I think we should have a publication like that. What do you think? I said, wow, it sounded pretty good to me. You know, he said, well, we're going to need a photographer. You want to be the photographer? Why not? You know, when I said yes, I mean, there's a lot more to that yes, but when I said yes, it reminds me what I almost always say yes to anything that comes my way. Well, I think you need to do that, because if you say no, you don't know what you're going to be missing. If you say yes and it turns out wrong, you can save your no for later, right? So anyhow, I said yes, and he said, well, he said, if you got $10,000, you would ask. I figured that was coming, right? I said, no, but I'll shoot for free. In exchange for stock in the company. He said, no problem. Well, there was no company. You know, it's easy for him to say that. And then and I don't know to this day how it came to be, but I had impressions of mine, of presence of mind, to say, oh yeah, by the way, you can use the pictures any way you want to, anytime, for as long as you want to, but I own the photos. Now, you know, to say that back in '67 was where there was not yet a question of ownership of photographer, of copyright, or likeness, musician likeness, was really, I mean, I didn't consciously think of that. Pre-concert, start playing music, and just the people would just hear the music playing and gather and have a great concert. Well, then it became this. And this is the moment that the business of music, to me, became bigger than the music itself. I mean, this is not intimate. This is not a small club. And I ask people, I showed him this picture. I said, why would you go to a concert like that? You can hardly see the band. You can hear them okay, the sound system is phenomenal. Why do you do this? I mean, there's no intimacy, no connection with the musicians. Because we're with our people. Because our community is together. Because it makes us feel good to be together. Well, what are you going to say about Jim Morrison? He's holding on to it. I think he's holding on to the mic stand to keep from falling over. But I think these are pretty evocative photos of who he was. Anybody know who that is? Yeah, good. Everybody knew it was Eric Clapton when in the Cream days. Doesn't look like that now.